Hello and welcome everybody to Owlet's Season 4, Week 1 of playoffs. I am Miraculous. I'm going to be your play-by-play caster for tonight, and I am joined by the spectacular and serendipitous Spooky on color. Spooky, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm good. I'm excited, Miraculous. This is only the first round of playoffs, and we've already got a pretty exciting game with Los Beefers versus Rogue Dragons. Two teams coming out of that pretty stacked Paradise Tempest division that really just been trading blows all through Stage 2. So I can't wait to get started.
Absolutely, I'm very excited myself. I think that there's a lot on the line for both of these teams. I think that this is going to be a very fun game to watch no matter what. Now, let's talk a little bit about what's been going on leading up to this match. So, Rogue Dragons was on a little bit of a hot streak. I think we all were pretty aware of that, or made aware of that, should I say? And then they didn't. They went down. They lost 3-0 to Paradise Tempest in their last match. Meanwhile, Beefers have had a little bit more contention in their games, we should say, but have been on a steady upward streak for the last few games. I know you are a total beef believer, and I tend towards it myself. As a member of Otters, we have a little bit of a covenant, should I say, with Beefers.
See, yeah.
No favoritism, no favoritism. But I personally, I think that either of these teams has a lot to prove. I think Rogue Dragons have an opportunity to try and get their foot back into the good graces. And Beefers, of course, wants to go all the way. So what are you thinking? What's your thoughts on the social economy around this match?
I'm excited. A lot of Rogue Dragons players have been hyping themselves up. They've been saying they're a good team. And honestly, if I had to pick two kind of most improved teams between Stage 1 and Stage 2, it would probably be these guys. Like, both Beefers and Rogue Dragons kind of had middling Stage 1s and then come out really, really strong in Stage 2. Yeah, I know Rogue Dragons, they're 2-2, but they lost to good opponents. They lost to Paradise Tempest, where they played a pretty good game against them, which could have really gone either way, especially on that Gibraltar map that they lost by a hair. And they've also, actually, Miraculous, they've lost to Los Beefers DB in a 3-1 performance.
They did.
I actually went back and perused that match this morning to prepare for this, and it was interesting because it seemed Rogue Dragons doing a lot of their comfort picks. That brawl that they're so used to, and just kind of getting picked apart by Beeper's wrecking ball comp.
Yeah,
so
yeah, and I
really
totally agree.
To see if Rogue Dragons, it's hard to prep for Beefers, but they've gone against them already. If Rogue Dragons, if their coaching staff is smart, if they know exactly now how to play against Beefers, what it feels like, you can definitely come up with something potentially to kind of combat the style Beefers like to play.
Absolutely. Now, we are going to be moving in, so we're going to go ahead and just go straight in. We are on our first map of Busan. Just want to go ahead and set that up before we go in. But yes, they have already played. Rogue Dragons and Beefers have already played. Now, Rogue Dragons lost 1-3. But Rogue Dragons was very adamant in the last few weeks that they believe that they are better than Beefers. They were saying that if they played again, that they wouldn't lose, that it was a maybe not a fluke, but it wasn't supposed to happen, and that they're feeling much better. However, tonight, Rogue Dragons is missing Ravage, their main tank,
crucial,
and arguably one of their carry factors. So they do have Solar in on support, so we'll be seeing if that's going to be enough to really drive it home. But this is going to be a weird game for Rogue Dragons. They're going to have to adapt to a lot tonight.
Yeah, especially, I feel like Ravage and Womps were some of the best, just the tank line itself were really good players for this team. So I'm really interested to see how TDR Alex comes in, this ringer, and plays on the main tank. Because it's tough, playing with a team you've never played with before. Especially going up against someone like Fireback.
Yeah, absolutely, who is very, very strong force. We are seeing the Rhine Diva Shadow Talon from the DPS line on the side of Most beefers, and we are seeing this sort of just Winston Diva dive comp with the Sombra on the side of Road Dragons. So this is going to require some teamwork to pull off. That's going to be relying really on Raph getting those good picks. We do see most beefers just trying to push in, trying to close that distance, not really letting them accomplish anything, trying to give their Reaper the space that he needs to pop off. But, you know, we have Road Dragons doing a really good job of kiting around right now, just trying to keep some space and not letting anything happen. We do see the D-Mech onto Womps, that's a great hack onto Womps, manual hack. Spork does boop him off the edge. Firebats kills Solar with a charge, finishes off with both supports down for the side of Road Dragons. Road Dragons just needs to back out now, they're on their way out, and that was a pretty clean team fight for the side of Los Beavers. Road Dragons just sort of let them in and let the Reaper get to work.
And miraculous, this comp from Dragons reads to me like they were expecting Wrecking Ball. It's Greg Sombra. Like, this seems like they were up against, you know, one of those classic Beaver comps, and Beavers just come out with Rush.
Yeah, we do see Blue Jay go down early. That's not good for the side of Los Beavers. Womps with a big advantage now. Karma sticks the Pulse Bomb onto Firebats, doesn't kill him. We see Sport pop. We see both support ults come out from the side of Los Beavers, just trying to keep their team up. It is going to be enough to keep them up for the immediate. Raph is down now on his way back. Harambe takes down TDR Alex. Karma also goes down. Road Dragons losing a little bit in the long fight. Womps gets hacked out of his remech. That is super unfortunate. Solar goes down as well to Blue Jay's double shotguns. That is going to take another fight. It was looking close for a minute for Road Dragons, but not able to pull it out in the end.
Yeah, a little bit of an ult diff in that point. You know, Spork and Mankey coming up big with their support ultimate, saving the game. But now, you know, there are EMPs on both sides. But Persona has the rally and is going to pop it right away.
Ooh, that's on Murrow. We see just a zoning ult, or a zoning bomb from Womps, but the remake finds Murrow. He then Womps dives in and takes out Blue Jay. No Reaper. That is a massive win condition for the sides of Road Dragons. Mankey goes down as well. Now it is Los Beavers to be who are on the back foot going out. Firebats and Harambe both go down. That is wonderful. That hack there, that kill onto the Sombra cannot be just how impactful. It cannot be overexpressed how impactful that was. And then finding the Reaper immediately after, no chance of coming back for Los Beavers in that fight.
Womps comes in big, but Murrow still has this EMP, and you've also got the Reaper ult as well. And if you hack the Diva, there's nothing to counter the Death Blossom. So I'm expecting the Beavers to just kind of push on to the point, but it doesn't look like Rogue Dragons wants to meet them there.
Looking really split there for a second. Murrow goes down again. No EMP for this fight. We do see the zoning ult from Harambe. Doesn't only zone. It takes out Persona and Solar for the side of Road Dragons. That is massive. We see another bomb come out from Womps just trying to remech, but he does go down to the side. Mankey's skill orb. That's very impactful, very skillful ability from the side of Mankey. Mankey finds himself off the edge as a result of TDR Alex's berserk, but Harambe able to take down TDR Alex and Raph in the mid fight, able to just kind of knock them away off a point. Karma not able to take point and recapture and hold on to it for the side of Los Beavers, even though they weren't able to pull off that EMP until towards the end of that fight.
Yeah, he uses the EMP to clean up. Not really what I'd like to see. I'd like to see it to win this next engagement, because now Raph has their own EMP, are going to be using that strong. It comes out, it hits
Speaking
forward.
of nice EMP, but it did not catch Spork, who was hiding on the high ground. That was lovely. Firebats with a massive shatter. Karma duping the Diva, just trying to, you know, find some space to take some time up, wait for his team to get back. TDR Alex goes down right after Persona. She's going to be feeling that one in the morning. Firebats takes out Womps. Karma's ult taken out. Blue Jay finally popping off that Death Blossom, just trying to take out Karma on the point. Karma does go down, not going to be able to stall any longer for the side of Road Dragons. That is very unlucky, and a first point going the side of Los Beavers to beat.
And that was great from Blue Jay, really. You know, going up there on the Reaper. I'm not sure if it was luck or if they just knew the Sombra was going to be up there, but that was a panic EMP if I've ever seen one. Like, I mean, Raph was like 10 HP and just let it go. So it's really good positioning from Los Beavers to push forward and kind of force that ultimate in an advantageous situation to them. So kudos to them for, you know, really taking the initiative. And now we're going to see a bit more classic Los Beavers comp here on Sanctuary, the Torb Soldier. But it's a
Walking
good
down
map
a
for
lot
it.
of angles.
Very
Yeah.
open. You know, you got a soldier on one side, a turret on the other, and then Torb just running it down mid. But they're up against this kind of six-man comp, as it's been called, the battering ram pseudo rush Winston. So let's see if they're actually going to be able, Rogue Dragons that is, push through this Torb damage.
It's going to be up to Rogue Dragons to really push into the team, not let them have those off angles and let their Reaper do work. Otherwise, the Reaper is just totally ineffective. You have to find good value with it. Persona does take out Blue Jay's turret. That is a nice pick. You don't have that angle locked off, but right now Muro is just able to sit to the side and just free fire. It is really, you know, that soldier has to be looked at. We do see a little bit of a staging fight here. TDR Alex kind of getting in, trying to let Karma take the space that he needs. But Rogue Dragons with a little bit of split focus. Firebat's able to jump in and just sort of distract them long enough for Blue Jay's turret to take out those who weren't looking. That's unlucky. Oh, but TDR Alex with a massive pick. First on the Mickey, then on the Muro, then on the Spork. Persona takes out Firebats. In the meantime, Karma able to take out Blue Jay. Blue Jay's turret getting revenge, but it's not going to be enough. Harambe now just trying to stall out this point. They did take point. Los Beavers have picked up a free 30% on the point, but it's not going to be enough to hold it. Firebats, though, with a stall, just trying to be a little bit obnoxious right now. We are past the first third. We do see Muro trying to get back on the point now. He does get hacked, not able to touch, really. But nobody's looking at Firebats. Firebats just able to be annoying as possible. Blue Jay with the Molten Core. What is going on? When this fight was supposed to be over? Nobody's looking at Firebats. Finally, Firebats goes down. Mankey goes down to Solar. But Solar had to pop lessons for that. That's massive. Karma takes out Blue Jay and Harambe. 56% have gone the way of Los Beavers to be, with ult investments by the side of Rogue Dragons. That
miraculous, they've only gotten 3 final blows. It was only Blue Jay's turret that's gotten a kill, and they're 56%.
That is
so
crazy. Oh,
that's a huge EMP.
What a perfect EMP. Death Blossom. Beautiful, textbook, wonderful. I don't even want to have to say anything else about it. That was a clean fight win for Rogue Dragons. Wonderful, wonderful. I don't have to say anything about it.
They aggressively pushed their ultimate advantage and came in to take out these members. You know, Los Beavers were using their ults to try and turn that last fight, but really didn't get anything out of it. So that was a clean ult engage from the side of Rogue Dragons, and they still get to keep their tank ultimates as well. But a couple of swaps here, the Echo and Reaper out from Los Beavers. It's going to be a lot of damage coming in from the sky with that Echo.
Ooh. Hacked by Wrath onto Spork. Spork becomes a sitting duck, not able to do anything, does get killed by the bomb. The bomb also takes out Mankey's Immortality Field. Mankey's not long after the follow. Firebats goes down. Another pretty easy, clean fight win for the side of Rogue Dragons. That finding that pick onto Spork there was really big and really just able to shut down. And it finally looks like Rogue Dragons is finding their tempo again after they kind of struggled in the beginning of just trying to like know when to engage, and they were just sort of letting Los Beavers play faster than them. Now they are considerably doing work.
Yeah, and you build up the coalescence, right? So there's only really one fight left, maybe 1.5. But by the second part of this fight, Rap's gonna have an EMP.
Yep. Solar, she does pop the coalescence. That's going to be big. She just wants to sustain her team with it. We see the window come out from the side of Mankey, not able to really find anything value though, because Karma on that Reaper able to just push through it, push past it, and just wreck the team in the foreground. We see the Blossom come out from Muro, but it's not really able to find anything. Just trying to find something, but that not able to just kite around it. Firebat's not going to be able to stall it this time. Rat popping the EMP, just saying it's not going to happen again. Not this time. We're not giving you another take. And so that is going to wrap up a second point for Rogue Dragons. This is looking very competitive tonight.
I won't let the percentages fool you on that one. The 56 to 100, that was Rogue Dragons the whole time. You know, kudos to Beefers for stalling that out, but they threw away any ults they might have had. They threw it away trying to come back. They were switching to stall heroes, trying to just touch the point, and it really just gave such an ult advantage to Rogue Dragons that Beefers were never really able to overcome. So 1-1, we're going into Mecha Base, and it does look like we're going to see a Rush Mirror to close this one out. Rogue Dragons, known for their rush, I won't really say Beefers are. The only difference here are going to be
Firebat's best ball that we don't know.
Yeah,
about.
best ball.
Ryan.
I'm kind of into his Ryan, honestly.
It's not bad at all.
Pretty good. But
all right, you see the standard engagement just up here. Oh, we see the wall come out from the side of Rogue Dragons, but it's not able to find Firebats. Firebat's able to kite away with little to no, like they don't speed onto him. That was very strange. They do push, push Los Beeps to be off of the high ground and onto point now. Just some kind of awkward staging here. They all do jump down onto Murrow. It's not going to be able to find any value though because Karma gets taken out by Mankey. That's massive. Womps gets demacked after being charged. And already an Earth Shadow coming out from Firebats. That's so fast. Blue Jay cleaning up kills left and right. Takes out GDR Alex, then Womps, then Rap. And that's going to be a fight win for Los Beefers. There was a lot of hesitation on Road Dragon's part there.
Yeah, Firebats lays down the shatter, but it's more of an MTD thing than anything actually useful. He doesn't actually seem to get that much out of it. Harambe did die, which is kind of crucial because he had that 100 charge. So that is a small boon, but you gotta do more. The Amp Matrix comes out with the ice.
Solar does pop the window. Not really able to find too much with it. Just stabilizing ults now from the side of Road Dragons. Not exactly a bunch of ults that I would normally agree with. Murrow does pop the Blizzard, but there wasn't really anybody able to capitalize on it. And now it is Los Beeps to be who are on their way out, trying to retreat. We are seeing some really nice synergy and coordination from the side of Road Dragons. Firebat's coming in though with the stall on the ball. He loves to do it. Blue Jay does take out Raph. He goes down though, the Solar. And now it's Murrow stalling on point with Firebat, still just taking up those points. Eventually they're going to be able to take it, Road Dragons is, but not without first giving 60% the way of those Beefers.
Yeah, still, a lot of ults you'd like back on the side of Beefers. The Blizzard and the Amplification Matrix are pretty crucial, and you kind of just threw those away. But still, you do have the Graviton Surge, so I'm looking at Womps to try and eat that up. Then maybe follow it up with a Blizzard from Karma, and Rogue Dragon should be able to stay in pretty firm control at this point.
Yeah, TDR Alex looking to shatter, able to find Blue Jay, but not able to capitalize on it. Gets caught out! Oh, but with the window, excellent wall. Raph does pop the high dude, not able to find anything. Immortality Field is it's not even his. We see the beat from Los Beefers just to stabilize and push in. Womps does pop the bomb, not able to find anybody with it thanks to a great wall by Murrow. Murrow just pushing in now, trying to build up another Blizzard. Blue Jay popping the Death Blossom. He's at it the whole time. Raph does find Murrow, but Raph is just uncontested on the high ground. Are he and Solar going to be able to clear this out? Raph does take out Mankey, that's large, but he goes down after it. Down Solar and TDR Alex just trying to fight for their lives on the point. We do see the Immortality Field come back from Solar, but she's not able to keep alive TDR Alex. TDR Alex is going to do it down. Blue Jay hunting Solar. Nobody leaves Talon alive. There's only one way, and that's in a coffin. And that is going to take a point back for Los Beefers to be.
And it's just an ice wall sectioning off Alex, and he just falls, unfortunately, for Rogue Dragons, because now they have to push through a Graviton Surge, a Blizzard, and a window, not to mention Firebat's Shatter. So much, and they only have the beat to kind of block all of these things. This is the last fight, Miraculous. They have to come up big now.
Six-man Shatter from Firebats will do it. I was going to say this is Los Beefers' fight to lose, but it's not looking like they want to. That is just a clean, beautiful team kill from the side, and now it's up to Persona to try and touch, going around the side. Solar not able to quite make it there. We just see the beat from Persona trying to get on there, trying to stabilize the Shatter come out from TDR Alex, but not able to find anything. Firebat's just walking on him with the main tank difference. Raph trying to pull off a hero high noon up on the high ground. Is he going to be able to do it? Not able to fire it. Goes trigger finger, just not quite fast enough. Karma no on the point, trying to stall, goes down. Womps now with the ball, trying to imitate Firebats maybe a little bit, but Blue Jay able to clean him up with the Death Blossom. Not able to touch Solar, and that's going to take first map for Los Beefers to beat.
I think we have to check if Firebats is watching the stream, because I think he might have heard us clowning on his Rhine a little bit and decided to show us a couple of things.
That was beautiful.
Honestly, I was listing ults in order of importance. You know, the Graviton Surge, the Blizzard, and the Amplification Matrix. I'm like, oh yeah, and they also, they have the Shatter.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if you just let the Reinhardt in and he just gets a 6-man Shatter. What
if you just drop it on him, go for it. That was going to be a hard one to win regardless, but yeah, still, definitely. Just a giant Shatter from Firebats. He really has kind of come into his own as the main tank for this team, not just a ball one trick, but really playing a lot of those other heroes like the Reinhardt to a good level. And he just looked great. You know, solid ground for Los Beefers DB after kind of a shaky Sanctuary.
And again, Rogue Dragons was not playing poorly at all, especially in the second map. They were playing pretty well. The only thing is they're not really playing at the tempo that they need to be playing. They're giving Beefers a lot of the initiative. They're letting Beefers play fast, and in rush, that wins fights. You let the May get a better wall. You let the Reinhardt get in and shatter. Beefers is taking initiative and Road Dragons isn't matching it, and that is what is giving them trouble. Road Dragons has immediately picked our next map. They immediately insta-locked Watchpoint Gibraltar, so we are going to be going there. Hopefully, we're going to see some dives, some interesting plays. You can see the Genji here. You can see snipers here if you want to. The Ashe is really strong here. Soldier can lock down angles. You can see the Torbjorn. I think we can see some really fun things here, and I'm excited to see if maybe they're going to this to try and maybe they're not feeling that rush. I think Road Dragons was saying a lot that they were practicing other comps, so maybe they feel a little bit rusty on their rush, and they're trying to go to something else that they feel a little bit more confident on.
And it could also be, that they do have a main tank ringing for them.
Yeah,
and I think that could also come into kind of your tempo issues as well over the last round. But it really did seem like they were playing their best on that 6-man kind of comp when Alex was on the Winston. Looked like he was at his most comfortable, so it's potentially kind of a pick to accommodate that, try and make up for some deficiencies you might have in practice. But against Los Beefers DB, Watchpoint Gibraltar seems like it's kind of exactly what they want. Firebats gets to play the ball a little bit more. There's a lot of high ground. And then you bring in Talo. Talo is going to be subbing in for Murrow, and Talo is probably the best Ashe we have in the league right now.
Yeah,
Talo is absolutely insane.
But I don't know about best Ashe, all right?
Okay.
Lars would probably protest if he was here. But Talo is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. We do need the 1v1. I agree. But we are, I do think this is going to be an interesting pick. With Reinhardt and Rush particularly, a lot of the time it feels like your team is propping you up, essentially. They're keeping you up. And if at any time that support falters, you go down. So I can understand for a ringer, it can be really scary for playing Reinhardt, especially at a higher level, because if you can't trust your team to really be there for you in the situations where you're expecting to go in, and your team doesn't know when you're really expecting to go in because they don't have that synergy with you, it can be really easy to just get walked on as far as rush. So I think
a little more aggressive, a little more defensive, and it just all falls apart. You really need to all be on the same page for that one.
Yeah, with the Winston here, you get to be a little bit more independent. You get to lead your team a little bit more without having to worry about being supported all the time. You get to make some more individual decisions. So I think maybe we could see a little bit more success from TDR Alex on this role and this map.
Yeah, and something else to say about the dive is that gives Karma a chance to play Tracer. Mm-hmm. This guy is nuts. Absolutely insane on the Tracer. I would love to see Karma just insta-lock it and run wild. Try and make up for maybe some of those deficiencies in practice, like I was saying, and maybe combo with Alex a little bit, make his life a little bit more easier by just plinking in those headshots and getting those supports, those squishies low for him to finish up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are going to see Karma on the Tracer.
Yes, we do see just the initial teleport over to the blue box, trying to give their team a little bit of staging ground. Harambe now just trying to poke up from this area. TDR Alex waiting for his team to stabilize so they can move in. We are seeing the Winston Zarya on offense, which is a little bit interesting. You don't have that really mobility to push the enemy team, but we'll see if they can make it work. TDR Alex does get forced down to the high ground, or to the low ground. We don't really see anybody. It is usually the Tracer's job to push Karma, just not able to pop off really in the backline like they want to. Big dynamite coming out from the side of Talo. Talo just able to find that great value. Nobody's really pushing them too hard. But we are seeing just, we have moved down through the underneath of the overpass, so it's going to be, this is where the fight begins. A lot of space being given by Los Beefers right now, sort of just letting Road Dragons move in, and they're kind of close to already capping it. The fight's just now beginning. We do see Harambe in the background just trying to bully TDR Alex, just trying to keep him down, but not a lot of target. Yeah, not a lot of target focus from the side of Los Beefers, TDR Alex already has a Primal Rage. Harambe close to a Blom. We see the both nanos come out from Solar and Mankey. Both on us then fall very quickly. That is how it happens. But Road Dragon's just able to take that really easily.
It was Firebats didn't have the support he needed. It felt like to me. Every time Firebats he jumped in, he got really low. Then he jumped in again, he died. So they had to back off for that. And it just didn't seem like Firebats was in the position. I'd actually like to see Harambe maybe on the Zarya, because just to give Firebats a little bit extra protection, especially with a Brig on the field, the defense matrix doesn't do anything against that stun.
Yeah, I didn't love a lot of those. They just gave him so much space, and with the McCree and the Brigitte, I understand it's hard to push in, but you can always adapt, and we're just not seeing that right now from those Beavers. They need to really, Talo needs to be able to take out that McCree without being too much pressure, and we're just not seeing, we're seeing a little bit too much of split focus. Blue Jay now on the Reaper just trying to push off Karma, trying to keep him from getting too much value. Spork does go down though. That's no pocket for Talo, and Talo able to go down quickly after, just going straight onto that duo because they know that Talo is all their damage. However, Harambe finding a massive bomb onto both of Road Dragon's tanks. That is almost certainly Road Dragon's going out of this fight. Persona does go, is dueling Harambe in the background, but Firebats and Blue Jay are going to go down to Raph and Karma respectively. We see the bomb come out onto, just trying to stall out the cart. Does get slept now, but is going to be enough to push Road Dragons back for just a moment, give them a little bit of space. Raph just trying to make it out with his life with the bomb shooting on him. That was close.
Harambe pulls the team kicking and screaming into back into this game, honestly, getting 3 kills and then covering the res as well with the defense matrix. Great plays from Harambe, finally turning it on and giving Beefers a chance to get back in here.
Nano Monkey out. We do see Karma popping the bomb onto Mankey. That's massive. 3 ults now from the side of Road Dragons. That is a lot of investment, but it might be enough to win this fight. Rap goes down. So does Karma. That's big. Spork does get the res on Mankey. Blue Jay, however, going down to the Brigitte. Somebody's got to touch. 3 meters left in the cart. Harambe finally jumping down. Firebat's now on the ball. A little hard to focus with that Zarya, the Brig. The Brig just trying to knock him around. Mankey does go down to TDR. Primal in the back. Blue Jay having to take him out. Isn't able to protect his team. Karma just trying to, or Firebat's just trying to survive on point. Persona though, the Brigitte too strong, able to knock him out, able to push Blue Jay away and take second point for Road Dragons with 4 minutes on the clock for last.
And that's great from TDR Alex, kind of abandoning point. It's just a ball, a diva. You're not going to do that much with the Tesla cannon and just hunting the supports before they can get back. Very forward thinking from this Ringer main tank. I love to see it. Now, we have a couple of ults online for Los Beefers. They're only traded by that rally, so potentially a chance to get back in there, but there's not a great nano target anymore with the ball. So
yeah, you're going to have to really see it onto the Death Blossom, but the Death Blossom not able to do anything because of that lovely bubble just putting a cap on it. Talo, however, that's not going to stop him. He's able to just find heads. He takes down Solar. He takes down Persona before him. That's, or sorry, not Persona, but he just able to clear some space. However, we do see TDR is just trying to stage Harambe caught between a rock and a monkey. A little bit of a rough place to be in. The Bob does clear out space, though. We're seeing a lot of these zoning Bobs from the side of Talo. It's working, but
he needs to. They're just losing all the time.
I know. They have really no front line to protect them, so having the big walking turret, I guess, is helpful. We do see Harambe. TDR Alex trying to stage. Harambe just trying to provide some form of protection. Oh, Persona! Hilarious. I love it. Rap does get Harambe with a dead eye. That is valuable, but TDR Alex goes down to Talo in the dive. Massive sleep by Mankey does take him down. Mankey then finding Rap to follow. So both two picks for Los Beavers to be going to be able to push Road Dragons out for now.
Wow, what a long, strange fight, Miraculous. Each team kind of getting a little bit of ground, but neither really breaking through. I'm not sure if these teams are making some mistakes or they're just that evenly matched.
Oh, they're definitely making mistakes. They're both making mistakes.
I don't want to say it, Miraculous.
I'll say it for you, don't worry. Karma now just trying to pressure Cart, trying to get Harambe out, but there's so much pressure right now from Talo, from the turret, but TDR Alex, the Nano Monkey, that's going to be good enough. He does take out Talo, that's huge. Harambe does trade for wands, but Mankey goes down to Karma in the background. Talo gets rezzed by Spork, no more resurrectability for Los Beavers to be, but it's going to be enough because Harambe refuses to stop popping off. He finds TDR Alex, he finds Karma, pushes, he says, get out of my backline. But Firebats goes down to punctuate it.
Yeah, but it's worth it, because the whole time that Alex was going in with the Nano, Firebats was just harassing the backline. Like, he was keeping Solar and Persona's attention the entire time, which is why Harambe was able to do so much. 1 minute left on the clock as this engage comes through with the Crowley and Talo.
With a big hack onto Talo, does kill him. Not able to get the resurrect off. Raph finding Mankey too. These are big picks from the Sombra. Harambe gets hacked out, does pop the... Or maybe he didn't get hacked out, but sorry, Firebats got hacked out. Harambe does pop the bomb, but not able to find any value with it. They look like they might just slide it in. We see stall picks coming out from the side. We're gonna see Raph does have the EMP going to EMP. No, doesn't even need the EMP. That is just going to let Road Dragon slide it in with a very, a little bit of hesitation, but ultimately, overall, pretty convincing attack for Gibraltar.
Well, miraculous. The bomb was in spawn.
Oh, was it?
I didn't not in spawn, but in the little hallway up towards the payload. I wonder if maybe Solar or Persona landed a shield bash or a sleep dart to actually keep the Bob from touching the point.
That's massive if they did.
I'm not entirely sure, but to the best of my knowledge, no Bob will run through anything unless he's interrupted, and that certainly seemed like what happened. That somebody was able to interrupt the Bob from touching the point while holding that door, body blocking anyone from getting out. That seemed like a ridiculous play, potentially, from one of the supports for Rogue Dragons. Definitely love to see it. And all in all, it does seem like this dive composition, keeping Karma on the Tracer, Raph on the Ashe, it really seems good. And we're finally, I hope we're going to see Spork swap over to the Brigida here. We haven't seen any break from the side of Los Beefers. A lot of times they seem to actually prefer the Torb as an anti-dive strat than the Brigida.
Which I haven't been convinced by it so far in this match.
It's worked a couple times, but I definitely think Brig is a more standard pick, so I'd love to see Sport actually come out on it here.
I think we've also been seeing a really good job so far from Solar, and this is her premiere so far, playing, I believe. They haven't really been, or she hasn't really been playing so far. Firebats, though, able to push down Raph. Just Persona has to break away to deal with them, and that is going to split Road Dragon's focus. Womps now just trying to engage Karma with him. Bluche just trying to poke a little bit, but does get taken down by Raph, who is now back in position. Raph is a very skilled Ashe and able to just take out the blue character with a couple of hits. Nobody really on point though. We're just trying to, looks like they're just trying to stage. They don't really have a solid cart pusher on the side of Los Beefers, so this is gonna be really difficult, I think, for them to push cart and take these fights without getting collapsed on.
Yeah, I mean, potentially you could leave the Torb, but I don't know. You're right. It isn't really ideal, but it seems like they just want to stack on the cart and kind of force Rogue Dragons to come to them. And with a Brig and a Torb, I can't really blame them.
Talo does find Raph. That's a very large pick for Los Beefers. They don't have that Raph damage now. We do see a sleep onto Firebats, though, as not able to find any value, though, and the rest of his team gets picked off while he is taking a snooze now. We see a couple underneath on this other overpass just trying to stay alive, but it's looking like a pretty quick retreat. Karma now just trying to pick out a little bit. He does get the bomb eaten by Harambe, so no pulse bomb for this next fight, but Road Dragon's looking very split up right now in their focus.
Blue Jay's been getting bullied. Just look at his ult charge, miraculous. He really hasn't been able to get anything he would like to done. A big bomb comes out, it's saved by a second for the Immortality Matrix. Wow. The Mankey goes down, and the rest of the team just follows up. As Rogue Dragons, they pop the ults, they're feeling themselves.
Yeah, I mean, who could blame them, right? Like,
they're looking great.
we do see Blue Jay swap over to the Tracer, which I think is a much better pick. There's no Torbjorn on the other side. There's just the Ashe. If you can deal with the Ashe, then you basically are uncontested with that, except for the Brigitte. And on the Echo, you just weren't accomplishing anything. So I think this fight's that switch is pretty late, but nonetheless, it's a good one. Karma now just trying to push out Fire Bats. We see the rally come out from Persona. Solar does use her Nano onto TDR Alex. That Nano Monkey is just disastrous to have to deal with. What are you going to do?
It's followed up by an anti on the Spork as well. You know, one of the hardest characters for a Winston to kill is that Brigitte, but with the Nano, anything's killable, honestly. And so far, it's just been really Rogue Dragons all over the place, and they've just been winning. Firebats is already in the backline. He might get caught out here without much support from his team still. Finally, there is a bit of an ult advantage for Los Beefers DB, but I'm still not sure if it will be enough. Karma's been on fire, plus the Bob. It could be tough, but this is probably their best chance to actually win this fight and push the point.
Raph does pop the Bob, Mankey falling with a ultimate, or the enhancing window amplification matrix. Harambe does fight a big pick on the TDR Alex. That was a lot of ults to get anything done. Firebats goes down to Womps. That's not good for the side of Los Beavers. Los Beavers now having to push in, not with a lot to deal with. Harambe gets taken out in the background by Karma. Womps finding Spork. This is last fight. They have to go to stall heroes.
Yeah, I mean, Firebats or Blue Jay should be able to touch. They both have their ultimates. They might be able to get something. If Spork can get the rally online, potentially they could push this over. But Solar has the Nano as well. It does not look good for Los Beefers DB. They need Heroic.
Yeah, very much so. Harambe not able to really do too much, just trying to clear off space. TDR Alex does get nanoed in the back line. And Primal Rages able to take out Taylor. Sport goes down to Solar. Rap takes out Mankey in the crossfire. Just a dizzying, blistering fight, and Road Dragon's just able to take advantage of the chaos and the lack of focus from the side of Los Beefers, and that it's going to be map 2 going the way of Road Dragons.
And Miraculous, this is when I was thinking about this match, and you know, I was watching back the game again, the earlier game between Los Beefers and Rogue Dragons. It seemed to me, like I mentioned before, that Rogue Dragons were a little bit too reliant on the rush composition, on, you know, the Ryan May Lucio. And now they come out with this fantastic dive, honestly. They really just let Karma go wild on the Tracer. TDR Alex looks really good on the Winston. He really seems to have found his place within this team, which is kind of rare to see as a main tank, as a ringer. It's fantastic to see him perform so well. And most of all, you know, Persona is just insta-lock sticks on the brig. I love that. I love that pick against Los Beefers DB. They do seem like a team that they're quick to swap if they feel like something isn't working, but sometimes they might be a little bit too quick to swap. You know, Firebats to go over to that ball rather, and you know, Raph and Persona have kind of been flip-flopping either like on the Sombra and the Brig or something like that to really kind of punish these compositions the Beefers like to play. It's a great adaptation from their 3-1 loss, and Road Dragons are looking good.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that, you know, that was Road Dragon's map choice, right? And I think we've talked about a lot is that, you know, Karma is one of the best tracers.
Very good.
Period in the league. He just is. He just is able to destroy on the tracer, and on that map, you know, Raph loves Ashe and Kree and Sombra, but mostly characters that can really stay solitary and just do a ton of damage. And so knowing that they were able to set up a Raph on that high ground and take it, and basically if Beefers were not able to really dive well and take advantage of of them being split, Karma was going to have a field day, and that is exactly what happened. Karma was always able to annoy people, was able to take space, distract them long enough for TDR Alex to get in, take focus off of Alex, let Solar build up her nano, and then, you know, you have a nano monkey. That's your win condition, essentially. So yeah. I mean that was just I think that was Beefers. Beefers had to respond to that, and they didn't. That was Beefers to play right into, and they did not play right into it. Road Dragons basically set up the pins, and it was just a matter of Beefers being able to knock it over, and they weren't able to. So a little bit of a risky comp from Road Dragons, but overall it played well enough in the end because they just weren't. They were just banking on their opponents not being able to focus them well enough.
And, I mean, it certainly worked well. It really didn't seem like I was saying, the Spork. I liked the Brigida pick, but it just didn't really seem like they were able to get into position. Beefer's composition, that Torb Echo they ran out on, where they were kind of all just stuck in that little tunnel on First Point Gibraltar. And it seemed like Alex was just having a field day on the Winston. Everyone grouped up, being able to push into them. Karma's harassing the back line. And like you said, no one was there to contest Raph. Firebats can't be everywhere at once. And he's trying to, set up his team a little bit. He's trying to harass the back line. He's trying to do everything. And it just isn't working. The coordination doesn't quite seem there, but also doesn't seem like their heroes are really picks that coordinate that well with each other either.
Yeah.
Like Beefers, their composition just maybe it was something that they had worked out before. Beefers have been known to break out weird stuff and win with it.
Definitely.
It's a hit or miss team, and this one was a miss, I have to say. So we do go to 1-1. Our next map is going to be Kings Row. We do have Blue Jay coming out and Murrow coming back in. So we've just been seeing musical chairs with the DPS lineup for Los Beefers DB, but maybe we will see a different look for them this time. No swaps on the side of Rogue Dragons.
I think that Murrow may be their May specialist on the side of Los Beefers. So this is a very rush heavy map. We love seeing the May. I guess we don't. Most people don't love seeing May, but we see a lot of the May, the Rhine Diva Rush or Rhine Zarya Brawl, and so I think that we're going to really see that come out, and it's going to be a matter. When we had the mirror. We saw, success from Los Beefers with their timing on with the tempo on the May. So we're gonna have to see whether or not they can pull it back and take advantage of it.
Yeah, but it does look like they're not going to go to the rush quite yet. They're swapping over to this kind of Sigma Ball comp, and honestly, I like this a lot, Miraculous. I think this is a very good composition for these first point defenses on these hybrid maps. You get Harambe, you even have Murrow for that extra support. Normally you'd have Mankey on the Brig here, but instead Mankey's going to swap over, get a little bit of extra healing on his tanks, and have that immortality field as well, while Murrow is the one who's going to kind of disencourage the dives with that Torbjorn. So you have really good control of the high ground, and then Firebats gets to roll around, disrupt a little bit, and stay on point. And with that Discord, people will get melted. But it looks like Rogue Dragons are ready for it. They have Raph on the sim.
We see the sim. A very interesting decision here. It worked out. So we see just the teleport straight up. It must be flabbergasted for a second. The teleport straight up onto the high ground from Raph. Able to just clear out two members of the support lineup for Los Beefers right away. Los Beefers now in shambles. Not two support movers, a Sigma and a Baptiste, and Los Beefers just has to back out immediately. That was flawlessly executed from the side of Rogue Dragons. But now we are seeing picks come out. Spork does take out Persona. Halo finding Raph in the back in the middle of the conflict. Harambe taking out Karma and Solar in what looked extremely decided. Was Beefers able to just wipe it back? What happened?
It was a great engage from Rogue Dragons, but didn't look like they were willing to leave the point. They actually wanted Beefers to come to them rather than try and chase down the Beefers. And it looked like with the Discord Orb, with Harambe, with Talo, all these long-range heroes getting to plunk in that damage, it didn't quite work out for them as Firebats was able to stall the point as well. So
we see a similar strategy coming out now. Again, just trying to teleport a little bit up to the high ground. But Raph looked like the only one who went up. And that is going to take him out. Solar does go down to Firebats, just causing chaos in the background. Taylor taking out Persona, Harambe finding TDR Alex, and Firebats with the mines able to take out Karma. Sport just cleaning up Wumps in the background. You know what that looked like for that first play? It looked like it worked for Road Dragons, and they were so surprised that it worked that they didn't know what to do next. They're like, hey, that worked.
Yeah, it's like they didn't expect Beefers to come back in.
Yeah, exactly. They expected
like
it to be given up. They're trying this again with or maybe they were just faking it, but now everybody's looking at Firebats. Firebats trying to survive, just being annoying, but everybody has their eyes on him. This is hilarious. Firebats is trying to survive, dying a couple of seconds, but that is a lot of ult charge you just fed. And now with 5 ults inside of those Beefers, this is going to be interesting. We do see the wall come out from the side of Raph, though. Interesting decision. Spork does pop the Transcendence. Murrow gets caught in the middle of something. The ultra core gets frozen. Massive freeze. Bob does come out from Talo, just trying to buy time. Womps gets demech. Does pop the bomb. It does take out Talo's bomb and gets Harambe with the remat kill. Now we see the kills come in for the side of Road Dragons. Karma back on the Tracer now, just trying to stall it out. Spork Womps gets demeched by Murrow, and then able to find a Womps in again. The mine's now out on the point, just trying to take space, trying to buy some time for those beefers, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be too valuable. Firebats hopping on point. Harambe now back on the Reinhardt, able to find Solar gets picked down to the turret. Nobody's paying attention to that turret, and Firebats is just letting hell rain. Just finding Cedar, Alex, and Raph. That is just nightmare scenario for the side of Road Dragons, and they have 25 seconds.
No one looked at Spork the entire fight. He's just able to sit on the side with the Discord, with the Harmony Orb. Nobody checking this Zenyatta, and he's able to get so much done for the rest of his team. Firebat's just coming back over and over again. No matter how many times you kill him, he's back. And this is final fight for Road Dragons to take this point.
Raph still trying this teleport technique, but only Womps goes through, just trying to find a little bit of value. We see the bombs come, or the mines come out again. Firebats has these mines every single fight. Solar pops the window, but it doesn't look like she's going to be able to accomplish too much with it as Murrow burns down Womps in the background. Persona does take out Mankey's Immortality Field. Murrow's turret falls, but Firebats able to clean it up with kill onto Karma. Karma not able to dodge around those mines, and Taylor's Bob is able to clean up successfully. And Los Beavers to be full. Sorry, not full, but holds them at point A on defense.
And what a hold.
Wow.
Miraculous, I want to give you a little bit of a little background for this attack. Like I said, I watched the game between these guys earlier this morning. It was kind of similar in that, you know, Beefers come out with a similar composition, right? Like the Sigma high ground with Firebats on the ball. And what Rogue Dragons did, they ran the standard rush and just ran around the hotel trying to get to them. And they just never could. So what this was to me, it was a great adaptation to actually punish the positioning from those Beefers, something they weren't ready for. But it's almost like you throw away that chance by, I mean, you can never expect once Beefers are down 2 members for them to actually be able to retake.
Yeah.
But they just stalled for so long. Their team was ready to get back on, and there was no follow-up from the side of Rogue Dragons after they had won that initial fight. And then suddenly, you're lost, because you have this teleport strat, but now most Beefers know. And they were just consistently able to outmaneuver it, and it just wasn't enough. You know, if Firebats hadn't gotten caught out in the backline that one time, I'm not sure Rogue Dragons would have even had that second chance of taking the point.
Yeah.
They had a great strategy, but it didn't seem like they knew what to do when it didn't work.
And they just kept doing it. They kept trying it over and over again. Raph just kept trying to force the sim. I don't know what was going on there. That was just so confusing. We are seeing now Karma on the Doomfist, Raph on the Sombra. So we see Hackfist come out on the defense instead of Road Dragons. It's going to be an interesting decision. We see the Sombra McCree come out from the side of, with Ryan Czar come out from the side of those Beavers. So they just want to brawl in, take space, and
I love the Sombra pick from Murrow. One good EMP could win this entire fight. I love Sombra in these. I love Sombra in these like do or die situations when you have a lot of time. Still, Karma's gonna get the first pick on Mankey.
And 2 big picks. Karma's Doomfist, I think maybe, you know, we talk about it a little bit, but it is extremely.
It's 4-4 already.
Off. Yeah, Murrow now taking out Karma, able to hack him and just take him down. But this is going to. Nobody's on point. Harambe able to take out Raph. Firebats does go down to Womps. Womps not really able to touch, being demeched. Solar goes down, not able to stay alive. TDR Alex now just trying to stall on the Winston, but not able to do it. Solar Karma not able to touch on the Doomfist. What a convincing win from Beefers. That was a nutty defense and just a solid offense.
Yeah, and you know, Beefers, they might not always have like the best players on each role in the league, but their adaptability and like their pure tenacious will to never give up on a point is unmatched. Across Owlet. These guys will never give up. They are so quick to kind of change their strategy to come back against what their opponent is throwing at them, and you saw that all there. It was great from Beefers. You know, they were so quick to adapt to the teleporter strat. They were so ready for it after they saw it that first time, and it was because they came back in. You know, Firebats, he wasn't trying to get kills. He was just trying to stall until, you know, Spork on the Zen was like, hey, Discord, this guy is low, kill him, and then they get a pick, and then, you know, Firebats is still stalling, and then people are coming back in, and then Rogue Dragons are like, who do we run at? Because there are Beefers players everywhere. You know, in a lot of teams, you'd think this kind of splitting them up, like splitting a team up, is a benefit. Like, you get to focus a single target. Yeah. Not quite so with Los Beefers de Be Miraculous. These guys, they almost seem their best when they're all kind of playing their own game.
A little bit. I think we have to just talk about that offense from Rogue Dragons. That was just, I mean, that first tactic was so good.
It was so good.
The rest of that attack was so, I'm gonna be frank, bad. Like, I don't know what we were doing. I don't know what was the decisions making. Why were they keeping on the Symmetra? Why were they trying to force it again? They forced it literally the entire time.
And it was like just Raph and Womps going through the teleporter a couple of times. Yeah. You know, I still like it because you get up in the Sigma's face. He has no mobility. You can still do it, but it seemed like everyone kind of just fell apart after that first attack didn't work. Like, it might just be playoff nerves. You know, like you didn't calm down and take a second to kind of regroup and get back on the same page, right? And then everything kind of falls apart. So maybe your comms aren't as clean as they were in the beginning, and it's just, I don't know. It felt like it could have worked, but it really did seem, like you said, the wind came out of their sails in those last 2 minutes.
Totally. We are seeing another sub. We see Murrow goes back out. Blue Jay comes back in. We are seeing Volskaya Industries with Road Dragons attacking first. Now, you know, we are at match point here. If Beefers is able to take this, then they are able to take it home. This is just, I mean, Rogue Dragons lacks a lot of adaptability, is what they're showing. Especially in that last map, it looked like they didn't have anything else that they were ready for. And as soon as it looked like they were really used to scrims, like that technique working, and then people not coming back in.
Over for something
and then when people came back in and that technique didn't work, it looked like they didn't have anything else. I'm not saying that is the case, but it certainly looked like the case. So now I think it's hard, really up to them. Yeah,
because like anyone you scrim against is not going to play like Beefers.
Yeah, that's true. Beefers are one of a kind.
They're like, we played against this comp like 5 times in scrims, and every time this worked, and that's just because, you know, Firebats isn't on the ball.
Yeah, but Firebats ball is so unpredictable.
It is worth noting we're going to Volskaya, which is, it's generally, you know, a little bit more favorable to these Winston compositions, especially first point. You know, like double bubble is run here a lot, and that is what they had success with on Gibraltar. So this could be a good map pick for Rogue Dragons to kind of come back into this. I know we just saw King Row and some kind of recency bias that they got rolled, but you have to remember how good they looked on Gibraltar.
Yeah.
Potentially, you know, it looks like they're going to be coming out with a 6-man comp, but this could be a good map for, you know, the Winston Zarya, then Karma on the Tracer. A similar composition from Los Beefers de Be with the Sig and Halo on the high ground. let's see if this 6-man with the Winston is a little bit better than the Symmetra Rush to actually take these guys down.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of split up positioning from the side of Los Beefers. They are now having to fully retreat, getting pushed back by Road Dragons. Raph kind of staging, just getting ready for that early hack so that the team can jump in on it. Whether or not they can do it correctly is good. Getting your Moira slept is a bad pick, but the Dynamite does wake them up. Persona goes down early. That's big. Talo able to take him out. Now TDR Alex does get anti to massive anti by Mankey. Did they just jump off, or were they knocked off?
Yeah, they were resetting, I think.
Off. Okay.
Karma
though, able to
them
too, but, you know, unless they play fast, I don't know if it's going to matter too much. Spork can get back pretty quickly, and the Torbjorn does have a little bit more trouble getting back, but...
Yeah, they go for the reset, but Karma gets 2, and including the res from Spork, maybe a missed opportunity for Rogue Dragons, who are going to have good positioning because those beefers are not set up for this just quite yet. It looks like they will all arrive at the same time, but yeah, it's going to be, they lost a lot of positioning.
Oh, Talo gets burst down by the tanks of Rogue Dragons. Excellent choice by them to take out that Ashe. There's just so much damage. Not let them get that early pick. Harambe does get hacked on the point. A great manual hack by Raph. Just able to find ult charge. We see the Molten Core come up from Blue Jay. Don't love that decision. That fight was already lost. There's no way that your Molten Core is gonna clean it up so much. So those are some bad errors by the side of Los Beefers. I know that they got caught out, but you know they could have played that a little bit better, I think. And Rogue Dragons just had to be fast, and that's what worked.
A single ultimate used on the side of Rogue Dragons, miraculous. They almost have everything. Solar's going ahead and popping the Coalescence to get them in, but they have so many ults coming online, and Mankey's dead with a nano.
Oh my gosh, Mankey going down. Solar does pop the Coalescence, but she's not really able to do too much before she gets taken out by Harambe. Wrath, however, popping a large EMP, hacking both tanks on the side of Los Beefers, but the Nano coming out onto the Sigma. Nano Sigma's a lot of damage, very high impact. Womps does pop the... Oh, that's unlucky. Pop the bomb. Harambe tries to shield it, but isn't able to. Firebat's just trying to stall, looking a little bit low on health, a little bit scared. Mankey now looking on the side, trying to keep their tank up, but does get taken down by the Road Dragons tanks. TDR Alex does go down now. You don't have any monkey for this fight, and Karma now popping the Death Blossom onto Talo and finds Firebats in the meantime. Harambe just trying to keep the team up, trying to keep Dark Presence available, not able to do it. It is now only Mankey alive, trying to touch point, not able to do so. Are they going to be able to touch Firebats? Coming back out on the ball, is able to touch. We see Talo coming out on the Kree, an interesting decision probably to adjust the Reaper, but not able to do too much before it gets taken out by Solar. Solar with the skill orb onto Mankey, does go down. Spork follows as well. Blue Jay getting taken out by Karma. I don't know why we're sticking on the Torbjorn. There are better picks for stall. Harambe goes down, and with 3 minutes 35 seconds on the clock, that is going to take the offense 2 points for Road Dragons.
And what a deadlift by Karma.
Really?
Like the entire map. You know, their first attack falls apart. They even say, they're like, okay, let's pack it up, let's go home, back and just jump in the drink and try again. Karma actually gets those 2 picks, which are, yeah, like you said, it was a good point that, you know, it probably won't matter, but it actually gave them enough positioning to, I believe, take out Talo on their first engage before, you know, Firebats and Spork and Blue Jay were all back into the fight. Firebats having gone back to Taxia's mercy.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's a 5v6 and it's perfect positioning for the 6-man comp. Like, they're in your face already. They don't even have to use ultimates or cooldowns to do it. And then they just roll forward. And again, you know, the spawn advantage was looking good for those Beefers DB. They were getting picked. And then Karma comes up with a big 2K on the Death Blossom.
Yeah.
And that really felt like it sealed the deal. So 2Ks in Karma, you know, yeah. that was this map.
I really don't know where Firebats was that he got taken out by that Blossom. I saw Karma go back to ult on Talo. I saw that the whole time, and Talo wasn't in a great position to begin with. But Firebats going down, just trying to get around, trying to come in for another engagement, got caught in a bad place at the wrong time. Just unlucky. We are seeing the the Sigma again on offense from the side of Los Beavers. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult for this to find as much value. It actually looks like they're swapping. They went out. They saw what they were
Yeah, they
running, and
saw
now
a
they're
Sombra big.
Ryan Zarya, Reaper Kree. So this is a lot of damage from the side of Los Beavers, and if they can play this correctly, they can just barrel down. Harambe does get hacked though, no bubbles for a couple of seconds for the side of Los Beavers. Some interesting decisions. They're just pushing up, trying to take out trying to put pressure on the supports of Road Dragons, and it is working. They're forcing them to rotate. That Ana is effective from a long range though, and you do just sort of have to continue kiting and force them down. Ana does jump down, but Minky gets taken out by Karma. Just a little bit too sloppy on the rotation. Raph looking for the hack onto Harambe, is able to find it. Firebats goes down with a messy jump on the point, gets taken down early. That's very unfortunate for him. Womps goes into the drink somehow, but Persona is able to find Sport, Karma able to find Harambe, and is able to take the fight for Road Dragons.
Yeah, and that once again, kind of like I was saying, it's very quick swaps coming out from those beefers. One engagement doesn't work. Now Firebats is on the hog, potentially trying to just give TDR Alex the worst day of his entire life.
Yeah,
and it might work out without a Zarya bubble on the side of Road Dragons, but you know, Raph is building up this EMP incredibly quickly, and it's only 2 minutes left to cap this first point.
Yeah, we do see the hook come out with the Nano Monkey. This is deadly for the side of Los Beefers, and that's all it takes. That win condition is so easy. The Nano Monkey, what are you really supposed to do? Karma takes out 2, Mankey and Blue Jay. Primal pop from TDR Alex. I don't know if that was necessary. Might just be a little bit of BM onto Harambe, but it is show you who's the real monkey champion. But that is going to once again win the fight for Road Dragons.
Yeah, and now look at the ults they were able to save though. Road Dragons with the EMP and the rally, and they're facing down a Graviton Surge, but I'm not quite sure that's going to be enough. The EMP comes out, but only catches 2.
Only catches 2. Firebats, though, a little bit too over. He rotated in instead of rotating out. Not good. TDR Alex does go down, though, so no main take for the Thunder Road Dragons, which is arguably way better because they're on defense and it's going to take so long for him to get back. Now, whether or not Los Beavers can follow up on this is the question. Blue Jay engaging on point, trying to take some point presence off of his team. Talo pops the ult, not able to find anything with it. Mankey does go down to Womps' bomb, but Harambe is able to find Womps. Blue Jay not able to do anything with the Death Blossom. So unfortunate. It goes down to Karma, who just is cleaning up this match. Raph goes down, though. No hacks this fight. That's really big for the set of Los Beavers. We see the beat stabilize come out from Spore. He's able to keep Firebats alive through the through the anti, which is very close. And just not able to do anything. Both supports now for Road Dragons are caught in this room. TDR I was trying to help them, but the Hog is such free ult charge and a free anti for the side of Road Dragons that they're able to just clean up once again. And now 27 seconds on the clock as Beefers hits the road to try and make it again and try and make something happen at the end here. Halo going down, though, is not a good sign.
Yeah, they do trade at least, and Firebats is going to be able to touch the point. A lot of ults already being popped for the side of Rogue Dragons. They won't have these online, and Harambe does have a grab. There is a chance here for those Beefers, baby.
Yep, the grab comes out, though. Nobody's able to really follow up on it, though. Firebats is in the background fighting Solar. Isn't really focused on the point. They're all chasing him now. He's not going to be able to touch. This match is a pendulum. We'll say that.
It's really
crazy.
So back and forth. You know, it really seems like when they get to play these Winston, you know, you keep Karma on the Tracer, you get to play Winston, you just have Persona like stuck on the Brig, and it seems to really do so much damage to any of those Beefers' game plans. That was a nice stick from Karma. You know, he didn't get all the credit in the kill feed because of that immortality field. They did all the damage. And, you know, these guys just look so great on these comfort picks, you know, even like everyone. Like the tank line looks great. The DPS are just really ruining Los Beefers' day. And I really want to pinpoint Solar since she's getting a bunch of anti-nades. It seems like every time I look at Los Beefers' DB, someone is purpled. Not to mention how quickly she's building up these nanos and just letting TDR Alex just do his thing in the back line of Los Beefers, baby. But like you said, this really is back and forth. And we're going to a map 5. It wouldn't be a Los Beefers debut game without a map 5 miraculous.
That's true.
So
That's definitely true.
I really couldn't tell you who's going to win Ilios here.
Yeah, we are going to Ilios. Like we said, I don't think any subs so far. From either team. Sorry, Murrow is coming in for Taylor again. So once more, we are seeing Murrow come back in. He's alternating. But I mean, I hated that hog pick from Firebats. I don't know what he was thinking playing that hog into the Sombra, into the Ana. That was just so free for Beavers that, you know, with the long range support that they had, they weren't able to take out the supports. So TDR Alex was able to stay up forever, even with the hog. That was just, I think that was poor planning, and I think more importantly, I believe it was poor prioritization and acknowledgement. They weren't able to really acknowledge the target, the correct target of the support line, and they instead hyper focus on TDR Alex.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point, and it just doesn't really feel like it's going to work. I mean, you even have the Diva instead of the Zarya to just eat up the damage whenever you actually do get hooked. And it really just, yeah, I completely agree with you. You know, either a Winston or the Wrecking Ball that Firebats is so known for would have been, at least I feel like, a little bit better, but potentially, you know, it's just Persona on the Brig. Maybe tunnel vision on that and was like, I'm not going to be able to get into the backline. I'm not going to be able to do that damage. And just everything kind of fell apart around that. Yeah. And he's just like, okay, let's go hog.
That Brig was extremely effective for the side of Road Dragons. It really helped keep their supports alive, and without that, Los Beefers just wasn't able to gain any ground. They were never really able to finish things off, even when they had an advantage, because the supports were always there to just keep cleaning up. So I think we've consistently seen throughout this entire map, I think that we have consistently seen an inability of Beefers to properly prioritize targets, to really figure out, and when they prioritize them, to properly focus targets. So whether or not they're going to be able to pull it out here is the question. We are seeing Ryan Diva from both sides, the Reaper Sombra from Road Dragons, and the classic Blue Jay Pharah and Sombra from the side of Los Beefers.
Yeah, Blue Jay's finally on his one trick, but Miraculous, we can't forget, this is a playoff game. Whoever's winning here is going to face Team Growlulu or Paradise Tempest, and the loser is out of Owlet Season 4. It's all coming down to Ilios as both teams stare at each other over the well.
Yep, Harambe, Los Beefers again taking point presence, but as soon as that manual hack comes out onto, well, I said as soon as the manual hack comes out that they were ready to engage, but Raph actually goes down first. Firebats does follow, and Harambe gets demexed out, so that's basically no tanks now for the side of Los Beefers. They're going to just try and survive a little bit on the point, but they didn't take point presence this time. Blue Jay already with the barrage, able to find Persona and Wumps. That's massive, and that's all the space that Los Beefers needs. TDR Alex on Murrow, but going to get pressured out by Harambe. That is massive. TDR Alex going down. Solar pops the Coalescence to try and keep her team up, but it's not going to be enough. The Karma goes down now. Solar caught out a little bit, and wow, that was a massive deadlift by Blue Jay.
Yeah, no one's looking at him. Like, who's going to look at him? Like, Raph, maybe? Wumps? They're not ideal, especially with how high Blue Jay's able to get on this map. You know, the skybox is pretty high up there. It's kind of hard for anyone to really touch him. And he just deadlifts that map or that fight. And now Murrow is ready to step in and do his own set with the EMP that he's just building up to.
Yep, this is going to be real hard for Road Dragons to push into this Pharah on West.
Looking at
but Mankey getting hacked is a good start. But Murrow does pop a lot of ult coming out from the side of Los Beavers. Let's see, we saw Primal, we see the EMP, the beat, the bomb. None able to really find too much value, except Blue Jay able to knock Womps in after he gets demeched and Murrow finding Karma. So that was A lot of ults come out from the side of Los Beepers, but they are coming up on that barrage now. But with 4 ultimates, maybe 5 coming up in this next fight for Road Drag Persona?
Blue Jay drops the question marks in chat. And now we're going to see potentially an EMP coming out from the side of Rogue Dragons here, but I still don't know if it's going to be enough to actually, you know, do enough damage before Blue Jay just kills your entire team. Nobody has been looking at this guy, and it shows in the ult chart.
It's going to be up. Oh, there it was. I was going to say it's up to Road Dragons to play fast, and that's exactly what they did. They shut down the barrage with the EMP and then follow up with Karma's Death Blossom. It isn't able to find anybody, really. Menki does res Blue Jay after he gets taken out, but Persona does find Fire Bats and Harambe gets demech now. With the Coalescence from Solar coming out to stabilize, Solar does get hacked out by Muro, just trying to build up probably enough, just trying to build up another EMP for next fight. Both teams now running very low in ultimates, with Womst having a bomb and Muro having an EMP, but that's pretty much it.
But the EMP trumps the bomb every single time, miraculous. If Muro's able to get a good one, it is truly lights out for Rogue Dragons on this map. They used 4 ultimates just to retake the point, and they're not going to have an EMP to knock Blue Jay out of the sky this time.
That bar providing so much chip damage, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they need a quick engage to keep Beepers from getting onto the point.
A bomb comes out, not able to find anything though. Blue Jay just taken down by Persona though. That's massive. Without that fire, you're missing so much of your damage and so much of your distraction. Menki does res Blue Jay, finally able to get it off. Sport gets hacked though and goes down to Karma. Solar getting taken out by Fire Bats though. Support's being traded. Harambe does get demeched again. Very unlucky for him. He's been demeched a lot this map. Karma again is able to take him out, finish it off. Now it's just Blue Jay and Menki just trying to pressure out the Road Dragons, but they're gonna have to back out because they know they can't take this by themselves.
Yeah, Persona truly saving that with the kill on the Blue Jay. When Menki goes for the res at the same time as Muro's EMP, it's a 4v6 during the EMP. They don't get the value they need out of it, and suddenly the ult bank for Rogue Dragons looks so good. And they're coming up on 70% here, miraculous. They might have just found what they needed to flip this map around.
I don't know if you saw that. It was really funny. Firebats just jumped into stage. And he actually landed onto Raph, and Raph had to get out with the trans out because it messed up his positioning. So that's actually really funny. But it is not enough to stop him from finding a pick on the Spork. That is also going to delay this fight for a little bit more. With both teams coming up on ults, though, this could go either way. Coalescence coming out early from Solar to stabilize. Raph does find 2 with the EMP. Karma finds Blue Jay. That's a big pick. Menki now getting chased out of the sky by Solar's Coalescence. It's hilarious. Harambe finding the, popping the bomb, but not able to find anything with it. Does get taken down by Raph. Hack out of the remake. Unfortunate. Sport goes down to Karma, as does Menki. Womps finding Harambe. And in what looked very good for Los Beepers, the point actually goes the way of Rogue Dragons.
Yeah, 99-0 for Los Beepers, going to 199 in favor of Rogue Dragons. And they just looked really strong in control. I was worried when they used both their DPS and support ultimates to actually take back the point. I was like, you know, Muro's going to get his EMP and they're going to win. But it's really aggressive plays, and Persona actually getting an early pick during the EMP fight was fantastic for them. That gave them enough time to build up their DPS ultimates, and that let them take that last fight as well. We're going to see similar comps coming out, but Firebats is going to be on the Rhine, a more standard rush comp versus the Winston 6-man comp. The Rhine gives them a little bit more staying power on point, but Beepers have to win this one to push to the map 3. If they don't win Ruins here, miraculous, they're out.
They're out.
The brackets are busted. And Rogue Dragons are going to move forward.
We are seeing Los Beepers stage over here on the outside, able to just sort of take presence. Karma gets hacked and pushed out a little bit, not able to find too much value. Maybe he didn't get hacked, I thought he did, but we do see Blue Jay going down first to Karma, caught out of position. TDR Alex, though, no support, does get taken down. It is now Womst who's being really targeted by this Sombra and Lucio trying to push him off. Karma, however, comes to peel and is able to push Muro out. So, interesting decision being made by both teams. Harambe does get demeched, and now Road Dragons has the opening they need to come back in. However, Karma goes down to Harambe, even though, by just the Bunny Blaster. So now Blue Jay hacked again, not having a very good time. TDR Alex gets bullied, caught out on his own, not able to get a feel for it. Wong's just trying to survive, but Persona popping the beat just a little bit too late. Firebats pops the Shadow to try and shut down Solar's Coalescence, but it misses. But Beavers do have the point now.
Big EMP
coming up from Raph does find Blue Jay and Firebats. The Spork with the big beat keeps up his entire team. Raph going down now. These are a lot of ults that have been invested into this fight now, and with the final Coalescence by Mankey, no EMP, no Cole, no beat for the side of Rogue Dragons now.
Yeah,
that was
so much invested there to try and take it. But that really felt like the main tank difference, and I mean the Ryan over the Winston, because someone always had to be on the point, and the Ryan swinging a hammer is going to be putting a lot more pressure than the Winston is. And it really just felt like, Firebats' hammer was really the one doing the difference. Now, Murrow has an EMP.
Arma trying to teleport in for the Death Blossom. We see it. Oh, but the EMP to cancel it. Womp, however, finding Murrow and Spork with it. Blue Jay not able to find the same value, but that's fine. Karma. TR Alex pops the Primal to just knock the Reinhardt off the map. That's sad. Bye, Hammerman. Enjoy your drink. Enjoy your dip in the beautiful Greek waters. As Mankey gets taken up by Womps, Harambe tries to stall, just trying to build that point presence. Murrow now on point, just trying to stall it up again. They are able to get over 2/3 of the percent before this ticks over, but
Beavers can't keep losing.
In taking it before.
They can't keep losing these EMP fights, Miraculous.
I know.
You can't do it. You cannot have both your DPS ultimates up. That combo so well together and lose, and now Raph is coming up on his own EMP.
Firebat's going in very aggressive.
Yeah, and Raph's EMPs have been significantly better.
That was very clean. Oh, Solar was calling and didn't see the bomb behind her. That's unlucky. Murrow does go down to Raph. Raph able to pop the EMP. Persona popping the beat to stabilize. A lot of ults now being invested in this fight on the side of Rogue Dragons. We do see Karma does get taken out by Firebats. I don't know if this fight is necessarily winnable for Rogue Dragons anymore, as TDR Alex and Womp's mech goes down. Firebats gets taken out by Raph. Raph has been finding so much value, but Raph can only deadlift so much. Womps goes down to Blue Jay. Harambe finds Persona that's going to be able to tick it back over. Raph now back on point, just trying to stall it, but this is going to be able to take it back over for those Beavers to be.
Yeah, and they keep the Death Blossom and the Coalescence. So those are really strong ultimates, especially with the Reinhardt as well. Cole behind the Rhine and just force yourself forward, potentially letting Murrow build up to that EMP. This is the final fight for Rogue Dragons. They have to get something out. Karma's on the left, but he gets taken down!
Karma gets taken down. Blue Jay now free to unopposed to pop that Death Blossom. Not able to find too much, but it does push them back. Now they are split. Raph does take down Blue Jay in the meantime. Firebat's popping the Shatter, not really able to find anything with it. Persona does go down. Raph now back to pop the EMP. Murrow gets taken down by TDR Alex's Primal. Harambe trying to bully the Solar, not really able to find too much with it. Popping the bomb of their own. It is able to find him eventually, but Karma is on Harambe. That's a lot of damage going on to your Diva. Womps gets taken out, or gets demeched as TDR gets taken out. Womps following Karma, not able to carry, not able to find anything with the Death Blossom. Oh, and now it's just it's just Raph, not able to touch. And that point goes, we are now 1-1, map 5 for
a
this.
playoff
This could
spot.
not be closer. This could not be closer.
The EMP has fireworks, and this fight's so scrappy, Miraculous. This is everyone just playing for their lives. They know exactly what's on the line, and neither team will give up. The amount of ultimates that are just thrown into fights and just trying to turn things around, you're down 2 when you beat, or you just jam the Coalescence to try and keep the enemy team from taking the point. So many ultimates just thrown into this, and it's all coming down to Lighthouse. One of these teams, their season is done.
This is so
in just a
scary
couple
for
minutes,
both teams.
we will know who is going to move forward and who is unfortunately out of Owlet. And it's going to be down to these dueling rush comps with separate main tanks.
Spork gets hacked early by Raph. Raph has been finding so much consistent value with his hacks, but Spork is able to survive. Karma not able to follow in and take out that Lucio. That would be a great pick. Murrow getting pressured, but having to fall back a little bit by Karma. Firebat's just trying to take the point with that Reinhardt. You're much more static presence, but you want them to have to force to come into you.
Great decision.
Where you're able to just melt them. A great anti by Solar. Massive grenade onto Firebats. Does get him taken down by Karma, who's able to just clean up. Harambe goes down, knocked off the edge after being DMAC'd. Womps gets DMAC'd too. Mankey going down to Persona, though, and that is going to be a fight win. After a point take by Beefers, it's going to transfer back over to Road Dragons. This is so intense.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Raph and Karma, but Solar has been doing so much. Without that ante, I don't think Road Dragons on this kind of dive composition would have been able to easily push in to those choke points being controlled by the rush from Los Beefers DB. And now suddenly they have much better positioning. And Beefers, once again,
ante. Holy cow, Solar with a massive ante. Karma finding 3, finding the 2 with the pulse bomb, just able to clean up Spork afterwards. Oh my gosh, Karma just can't stop popping off. You really can't.
And it's all Solar.
Oh my gosh.
Solar is single-handedly
so
enabling everyone.
With that ante was insane. The Beefers have to be paying more attention to these antes, otherwise it's going to happen like clockwork.
Yeah, and now Raph is almost up to this EMP. Beefers have just been bullied. We need to see some great individual play coming out. Someone needs to make an opening.
Or gets slept and then hacked and then anteed and now is out of mech. We see the rally come out from Persona buying time. The EMP does come out from Raph. It's not able to run too much except TDR Alex is able to boot Firebats off the map, taking out Harambe to follow Muro going down. Los Beefers, you have to take a second and back up. Wait. Blue Jay and Mankey both going off the edge. Oh, they're resetting. Sorry. Yeah. I thought that was Road Dragons. I thought that was Road Dragons too had just died for them. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Okay.
Very miraculous. Muro has an EMP. They have Blue Jay's ultimate. They need to get something out of this. You cannot whip this EMP where your playoff hopes, your championship hopes, your hopes for Owlet are over. They need to win this here and now. Womps throws in the bomb. It doesn't find anything.
Muro, however, no EMP for this fight. That's so massive. Karma with a huge pick onto Muro. Harambe is now hacked, gets pulse bombed, not out of mech quite, but is eventually taken out of mech. We do see the Earth Shatter come up from Firebats, but the Nano Monkey is going to be able to just clean up. Blue Jay goes down, and this looks like the final blows for Los Beefers DB. It is going to be deadly. Muro trying to come back, but just too darn slow, even though it's a 5-man, it's not able to do anything. And that's game. Road Dragons goes to the next stage of playoffs.
Of a fantastic game with a ringer main tank against a team that beat them 3-1 2 weeks ago. And they come out fantastic. Rogue Dragons in the final hour are able to beat Los Beefers DB. They're able to ruin all the predictions of the Nest and move forward to the semifinals of this tournament. And what fantastic play coming out from them, honestly. It showed how much they prepared for this match, Miraculous, and it finally paid off. Rogue Dragons, they've been saying all stage long, they're here to play, and finally we are seeing it. They are here to stay. Beefers are out.
Yeah. It's actually insane that this has happened. I think it was so close in so many ways, and I think it was so close in just the fashion of being so back and forth, of it seeming like it was in one's capable hands and then immediately turning back over. And it was just I think both teams displayed that they played well at times, but in other times they played very poorly. And they made a lot of mistakes that people who are paying attention are going to be able to capitalize on. So I think that they got to be careful, but I think Road Dragons did a very good job tonight.
There's a lot going on. Both teams really playing their hearts out. A lot of really brilliant plays coming out from a lot of different members, and a lot of, maybe nerves getting the best of them as they know how much is on the line. They know this could potentially be their last game. And at times like that, you might layer a few more ultimates than you need just to try and secure that point. But Miraculous, we do have to pick a player of the match, and so many of these guys have done so much work. But I think we have to give it to the Discord god herself, Solar, on that Ana with the anti-nades. Everyone from Rogue Dragons, Karma, Raph, even Alex, subbing in on that main tank did so much work, but it really did seem like Solar, she was doing so much to set this team up. She really put her money where her mouth is and just brought Rogue Dragon into the semifinals. Fantastic play from Liana.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. Solar played very well for coming out and really clinching it at the end. So we are going to set up that interview with a member of Rogue Dragons. Don't go anywhere, and we will be right back with that interview. Hello and welcome back, everybody, to our post-match interview. We have just finished our match of Los Beefers debut versus Road Dragons, with Road Dragons coming out on top after a grueling map 5 1-2 victory. Very, very impressive performance by Road Dragons, and we are joined here today by Solar and Wonst, two members of Road Dragons. How are y'all feeling tonight after that very solid, very toughly won win?
It's pretty surreal. I'm like, I don't even know. It doesn't feel real right now. It's like I thought that we could win, but like actually winning just like feels so different.
Yeah, we practiced so much for this game. We went over so many VODs. We scrimmed every day this week. And we executed on things we practiced, and seeing it all come together was really great.
Yeah,
That's great.
I mean, you guys played a fantastic game. I have to ask, Ravage is out. Ravage cannot play. So you guys scrimmed, or all these scrims with Alex,
With Alex,
on your new main tank?
we scrimmed. Well, actually, we had one scrim with Ravage because Alex couldn't show up one night. But other than that, we've been scrimming like 34, 35, 36 every day since Ravage got penalized. So like over a week, except for Saturday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, fantastic.
A lot of scrimming.
It really did show. One of the main reasons, and I'll give you guys a chance to talk at me later about the Nest as the representative here. But one of the reasons I did predict Los Beefers over you guys on the Nest was, you were out Ravage, and it really didn't seem to make a major difference to you guys. You all came together. You really played fantastically. You could barely even tell. But by the middle of the first map, I forgot you guys had a ringer. And it was just brilliant play from the main tank. So please, and the rest of the team, but please
he's a
pass
good
our
friend of mine.
congratulations
He never
on
wanted to
Alex.
join the team, but he heard that we were down Ravage, and he decided that he could come in for a little bit. He was on a little break, but he decided to come back just for us.
Clutched it too.
Fantastic, yeah.
I have a question. So this match was very back and forth. I don't think anybody can deny that. It really felt like both teams got hard held at times, and then at other times they didn't. Like they were hard holding the next time. Was that a source of anxiety for y'all? I can see as you perform really well on one map, and then the next map you get full held, and you're suddenly sweating bullets again.
Absolutely. Like Busan, we honestly were thinking they would pick Ilios first because we didn't think they'd perform too well in Busan in the past. But they showed us, and that was a close map, even so. And then Gibraltar, we picked this going into it. We had practiced Gibraltar, tons of rotations. We knew it so well, and it showed. And so after that, we were feeling good. But then getting full held Kings Row, it was making
tough.
us nervous. It was nervous.
Yeah,
I
gotta be
was starting to get a
demoralizing.
little bit tilted. I calmed myself down though. I was like, next map we go in. It was really scary though, going into Volskaya down 1-2.
Well, I gotta say, props to both of your team's mentals, because that is shattering for anybody to get full held, especially especially in a playoffs match. And so very good job coming back from that. And I think that Ilios was super competitive for both teams, so that was
Definitely.
fantastic. Great job from everybody here. Spooky, do you have any more questions?
I do have one last question, and Solar, I wanted you on specifically for this. You played fantastic today. We actually did give you our player of the match based off all of those anti-nades that really just opened up everything for your
Very
team.
valuable.
I just want to give you a little bit of time. If there's anything you want to say to me, to Amintus, to Misfit on the Nest, to anyone in this Discord who have been doubting you, who have been clowning on you when you say Rogue Dragons is one of the best teams, and everyone's like, nah, you guys can't even beat Beefers. Now that you're here.
I was tired of hyping up my team from the sidelines, so I just had to come on in and show them like what we can do. That's it.
Valid. It's valid.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, guys, congrats so much on both winning this game and busting everyone's bracket over on the Nest. I know.
Perfect brackets. Get out of here.
We did not. I guess we didn't talk about this game as much as we should have because it was an absolute banger. and I can't wait to see what you guys do next. Now, one more quick question at the end. Depending on the winner of tomorrow night's match, you will go up against Paradise Tempest or Team Growlulu. Who do you want?
Who do we want to play against?
It's a great question.
Doesn't matter. We're beating them both.
There we go.
Oh.
You
Well, the
got
thing
to
is-
both anyway to win the finals.
I
I
mean-
love it from Womps.
The thing is, it seems. I mean, either way, whoever we play, I mean, I don't see Otters winning their matchup against either of those teams. So, like, I feel like if either one we play against, we're just gonna play the other one right after in finals.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's play Paradise Tempest and make it a TG finals if we can.
Perfect. I love to see it. With your play today, I think you guys really have solidified your place as, if not a dark horse, a potential front runner to try and come out and take the finals because you all looked fantastic. But I think that's all we're going to have for today. Thank you so much, Solar and Womps, for coming on. Pass our congratulations on to Team Rogue Dragons, who just took the 3-2 victory and cemented their spot in the semifinals in Owlet playoffs, knocking Los Beefers DB completely out of Owlet. I'm Spooky. I was joined tonight by my play-by-play caster, Miraculous, and of course, our producer, the backbone of the entire team, Silent Marine. Thank you so much for watching Owlet tonight, and you'll get to see Rogue Dragons play even more next week, so please stay tuned for that. That's it for us. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night for Otter Oxide versus Hyperion.